Hello, I'm Terry Trammell, the Director of Global Outreach and Leadership Development for the International Pentecostal Holiness Church. On behalf of Bishop Talmadge Gardner and all of our team at World Missions Ministries, we just wanted to say two things to you in this brief video. First, simply to say thank you. Thank you for all that you have done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do for world missions. If you are listening to my voice right now, that's evidence that you and your church, are faithfully supporting IPHC World Missions. Many of you are giving regularly, monthly faith commitment to missionaries on the field. There is no higher form of giving in our program than that, because without our missionaries and national leaders, simply the work would not be done. Several of you are also supporting people to people. You're giving to needy children throughout the world and digging of water wells and a great number of benevolent causes, and we commend you for that. Others of you are involved in team ministry and short-term missions and raising funds for those efforts. We simply say, to God be the glory, great things He has done. The second thing we wanted to ask you is to give prayerful consideration to, in addition to all that you're doing, coming alongside and giving to the Global Outreach Offering this year. The Global Outreach Offering, or the GO offering as it many times is called, is the one-time offering where we annually ask every Pentecostal Holiness church and member to give to world missions. Last year, over $1,500,000 were given in this special offering. As wonderful as that amount seems to be, the astonishing thing from my vantage point is that only about half of our churches here in America gave anything at all in that offering. Since I have come into this role, I've been asked many times, where exactly do the funds go for that GO offering? Well, from my vantage point, I'm glad to say there are very few offerings I know of where once it is given, it flows to so many vital sources where needs are being met. 1/4 of that total offering goes to Evangelism USA for the purpose of starting new churches here in America. $200,000 are designated as Antioch projects or grants for special projects that have been approved to help missionaries throughout the world. This year, those projects were in Mexico, Hungary, and Indonesia. A significant amount of the offering goes to our continental and regional directors to allow them to be able to travel throughout their regions to over 100 different countries where we have over 185 IPHC missionaries on the field. Those dollars help them to go and network and give oversight and interaction to where the ministry is really taking place. Basically, everything that we do in world missions is channeled through this Global Outreach Offering. Whether it's the Leadership Summit, the Global Leadership Summit like we had in Turkey, or the Missions Fest or School of Ministry, everything is funded by Global Outreach. I just returned from Thailand a couple of weeks ago, and Thailand is a nation of 68 million people where only 1% is Christian. But of that 1%, 54 churches we have there who are a part of the IPHC global family. I spoke at a leadership conference where about 150 leaders were present from those churches. And oh, to see the smile on their faces and the joy that they had in being at an event like that. Russell Board, our Continental Director in Asia, looked over at me. He said, "Terry, without the Global Outreach Offering, this event could not happen." I spoke the Sunday I was there in Bangkok, a city of 12 million people. And at the church there, one of our churches surrounded by 3 Buddhist temples. But I was in a 4-story building with a cross erected towards the sky. And the pastor, our missionary, Albert Gonzalez, spoke to me and said, "Terry, without the Global Outreach, we would not have this building. And those are the kind of stories that are multiplied dozens of times over. Thank you so much for your time and consideration in allowing the Global Outreach Offering to become a part of your missions emphasis for this year. May we all be faithful in doing all that we can to reach all of this world that we can until they have all heard or until our Lord comes. Great grace to you and your efforts always.